Yo, what is going on, everybody? I'm going to make this one super quick. We are going to be reading about Captain Britain today. Intrinsically linked to the mystical realm of Otherworld, an extra-dimensional kingdom shaped by the collective subconscious of the British people, Captain Britain has always been the living embodiment of the nation, regardless of who wears the heraldic colors and shoulders the heroic burden. Decades ago, the omniversal guardian Merlin sent his agent James Braddock from the Otherworld to Earth 616 to sire a hero. Braddock ultimately fathered twins, Brian and Elizabeth, aka Betsy. Sometime after the death of his parents, Brian was mortally wounded during a terrorist assault on the nuclear research center where he was working. In his final moments, he was approached by Merlin and his daughter Roma, who offered him a choice between the Sword of Might and the Amulet of Right. Acting instinctively, Brian picked the amulet and was transformed into Captain Britain. In time, Brian learned he was one of many heroes created by Merlin to maintain order in the multiverse, monitoring a myriad of alternative realities from the Starlight Citadel, a glorious structure that spun in a geosynchronous position above Otherworld's Isle of Avalon. While Brian embraced his new role wholeheartedly, his path was never straightforward. Merlin and Roma vied jealously for his loyalties, and the conniving Saturnine frequently used him as a pawn in her schemes to become the all-powerful omniversal magistrix. Unlike her brother, Betsy Braddock was born with the mutant X gene. She joined the X-Men and for a time found herself trapped in the body of a Japanese assassin known as Quanon, aka Psylocke. Shortly after being returned to her own form, Betsy was tasked by Apocalypse to secure a Krakoan transport gateway to the realm of the Otherworld. This brought her into conflict with the sorceress Morgan Le Fay, who was engaged in a civil war with both Merlin and Roma. Falling under Morgan's evil spell, Brian surrendered the Amulet of Right to his sister, and Betsy was herself transformed into Captain Britain. Armed with the Starlight Sword, a blade forged from the walls of the Starlight Citadel itself, she went on to help forestall a demonic invasion from Ameth and secure Saturnine as the undisputed ruler of Otherworld. Later, after Merlin had deposed Saturnine during a violent insurrection, the new Captain Britain and her Knights of X successfully liberated Otherworld. In doing so, Betsy rejected the political games and petty machinations of Merlin, Roma, and Saturnine. She confirmed herself as a hero in her own right, a champion destined to carve out her own legend. I simply did not think that this story was going to be interesting, but I have got to give this a 5 out of 5. There was a super amount of information in here, and I had absolutely no idea about this character, but I will say that this was definitely interesting enough for me to give this one a 5 out of 5. So let me know what you guys think about Captain Britain.